Let's move on to comments from council members. Anyone have comments this evening?
Through the chair.
Michael.
So I wanted to comment on the fact that this was our first live streaming meeting. It's something I asked for years ago, and it was really never a huge priority, and it's unfortunate that it took a global pandemic to kind of force that, but I did want to commend staff for making the effort and making that possible so that now we have another medium going forward to get our message out to the public and hopefully encourage more participation. I checked in, I saw about 26 people logged in, so that's 26 more than we would have had otherwise. So thank you, staff, for that. I also wanted to sort of suggest that we also look at something that a lot of the other jurisdictions are doing with other live meetings, so that we could hold more meetings, as was suggested by one of the speakers, where we could get back to more of a business as usual mode if we were to allow some of our committees and commissions to do Zoom meetings, and not to push one provider over others, but Zoom seems to be a popular one with the county and with some of the other jurisdictions within the county, and it does allow people to stay at home and observe the shelter-in-place requirement and still conduct business, and they can be open to the public and actually allow the public to engage directly. So I just wanted to put that out there. Also, on today's county supervisors meeting, Supervisor Pine recommended that because of the situation that they change their meeting schedule and meet more often, and so they agreed that they would meet also next Tuesday and move it to a weekly basis rather than a bi-weekly basis. And I thought that not that we would have a whole lot of more information to cover, but if we were able to do a remote type meeting and have a few things predetermined on the schedule, for example, just more updates on what's happening in our EOC and what new developments are happening with the COVID-19 pandemic, and we could cover those just a little more frequently. And also, since Councilmember Mason had asked for more regular updates on our finances related to this, that would also be an opportunity to give a weekly check-in, at least weekly, or maybe even more often if possible. So I just wanted to put that out there as a recommendation, a suggestion, and see if that's something we might be able to do. Thank you.
Thank you. Other comments from members?
Through the chair.
Laura?
I think, Jovan, one of your first comments when you came to San Bruno was you looked around this facility and you said, this is the equipment, this is the setup. And I know if you could wave your magic wand that you'd want to spend the money that it takes to get us to the state of the art. And that includes streaming at a good quality. And so I know that's a priority, that's just the money's not there. And so I appreciate what it took to get this tonight, and I know that that's not easy. And so thank you to staff, and thank you for everybody involved in getting us some sort of quality of a online streaming, so kudos. And the other comment I just want to make is I actually completed my census. And I went online, and it was very short and sweet, and I've offered to help my mom and anybody else who needs help, so I think we as residents could reach out. They're starting to communicate and panic about it, the seniors. I'm required to do this. I need to do this. You got to help me. So I think we can all reach out to the seniors that are out there that are getting this in the mail. They don't really know how to do it, and they need a helping hand. So.
Other members?
Through the chair.
Marty.
Yes. Having streaming meetings is great. There are a few silver linings in these clouds that we're facing with right now, and that's one of them, being able to have these meetings, identifying those students that don't have access and hopefully getting them access, the non-ending support and of volunteers in San Bruno, and having the San Bruno Community Foundation put together a website to make those connections. I just want to thank everybody. We have to shut down and minimize contacts to stop spreading COVID-19. Very, very simple. In the conference call in the county today, there's too many people that are going out and disregarding what everybody else is telling them. And the sooner we all comply, the sooner we will be off of these restrictions. My last comment, announcement is there is a second harvest grocery distribution occurring Thursday at Bel Air. However, we have to keep in mind to protect the community and protect the volunteers that we're turning that into a drive-through pickup event. You can still call Second Harvest to register and find ways that we can get food delivered to you. They're at 1-800-984-3663. You can call them from the hours of 8 to 5 p.m. Look out for each other and be safe. Thank you.
Linda?
Yep. Okay. Just a couple things. One is just I'm echoing all the council members. It's really exciting to have a live stream meeting. So thank you to our city manager for getting this together, and thank you for San Bruno Cable. While everybody's at home, we have, counting right now, 3 San Bruno Cable members, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, probably about 8 to 10 staff members here practicing social distance. But while everybody's at home, they're here to ensure that our meetings are moving forward and that the public is informed on what's going on. So thank you to staff and to San Bruno Cable, and thank you for live streaming. I wanted to also thank all the grocers. I know that there have been announcements going around, but just a reminder for everybody watching that in San Bruno, Lecky's has special hours now on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 to 9 a.m. Lenardi's on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 to 8 a.m. and Molly Stone's Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 7 to 8 a.m. and those are for seniors and the immunocompromised. I wanted to also just a reminder and to reiterate the message on Friday and the consistent message from the San Mateo County Board of Supervisors, which is please do not hoard. Please just buy what you need. We have not had a population boom here in San Bruno. If you buy what you need, you should not have to buy, a million rolls of toilet paper, which is why we don't have toilet paper when you go to the store. So please just get what you need. And then lastly, I just wanted to encourage everybody to read the San Mateo County Health Officer's recent statement that came out yesterday in regards to COVID-19. It makes what's happening right now in San Mateo County and the rest of the United States and the world actually just feel incredibly real. And I wanted, in honor of, I guess, today's takeout night, read just the last paragraph. And what he says is, as for the demand shock, look around and determine which small business you'd like to see still in your community when this is all over. Then patronize them. Even if they are not open and you can't get goods and services from them, you may want to consider paying them for services you might have received from them, or they will be gone. So with that said, I want to really encourage everybody to support our local businesses. I want to thank Saida Stroud. I want to thank Chamber Ambassador Karen Cunningham. She personally called every restaurant on San Mateo Avenue, on San Bruno Avenue, Mills Park Plaza, while Ashley McCown actually went to each business personally in Bay Hill, Town Center, and El Camino Real to create that directory that Javon showed earlier. It's now available on Facebook, and I believe it's going to be available on the Chamber site. So please, if you're watching, please make sure to go and patronize our local businesses. Thank you.
And for me, I'll echo a lot of my colleagues in, yes, on the streaming, but it's these folks that are behind the camera on the other side. Thank you for all your effort from Friday through today to make sure that this actually happened and occurred. Thank you. Also, you know, I think that we have to heed what is being said. You can watch the news about the surge. You can watch the news about, you know, trying to stay and only go out for essentials, but it's about the safe distance. And this Saturday, I did have to go to Town Center to pick up some stuff. I did not hoard, but it was just some simple items, and it was good to see that there was stuff on the shelves. But what I did witness was a gentleman and a lady, and they weren't the millennials, but hugging in front of the store, embracing. And it's like, what aren't we getting? In a line, you know, you try to keep that distance, so I'm moving forward, the person's moving up behind me, and by the third time, then it kind of rang the bell, like, oh, that's right, safe distance. So I think it is really critical, and something that we learned from some of our colleagues in other communities, that folks are taking a travel over to Half Moon Bay or Pacifica, to where you have a Pacifica person who works for San Bruno, who her and her husband went there over the weekend just to take a walk and drove away. It was too crowded. The Half Moon Bay mayor has told us that, you know, he went and tried to enjoy his beach, and it was so packed with folks. So the thing is, if we don't take it serious, we could find ourselves having more strict standards placed upon us until we get over this. I think it also was enlightening to me to talk to Nadia, our Parks and Rec commissioner, who goes to Cappuccino, talking to another person who represents the San Mateo Union High School District and is the youth rep on that body that represents Kenyatta, Skyline, and CSM. And to hear their perspective from their youth is that some, I'm not saying them, some feel that the youth is, I'm okay, I'm healthy, my friends are healthy, it'll be like the flu. Maybe it's an overreaction to the social media that they're seeing that are of their friends and them being together and enjoying each other's company. And I think we have to take very serious. It's not about that you won't get over it or that you can't. It's about what you will do to others. It's about you being a carrier. It's about you bringing it home to your parents, to your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents, or to others that you may see that you don't even know. And so I think we have to heed very clearly, and I think this council is resolute, that we need to take it serious. We need to look out for each other. We need to support our community. We need to support our businesses. But we also need to stay safe, and that will save lives. So I hope we all heed that as we continue on this week.